Ladies and gentlemen, our gallantry awardee, Colonel Rajinder Kumar Sharma, Kirti Chakra, Shaurya Chakra, Sena Medal, along with his family members, have arrived. Ladies and gentlemen, our gallantry awardee, Honorary Captain Bana Singh, Paramveer Chakra, has arrived. Ladies and gentlemen, may we have a huge round of applause for our gallantry awardees? जो भरा नहीं उन भावों से, बहती जिसमें रसधार नहीं, हृदय नहीं का पत्थर है, जिसमें स्वदेश का प्यार नहीं. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Air Officer Commanding Air Force Station Jammu, Air Commodore Ajay Singh Pathania, Vishisht Seva Medal, and all personnel of Air Base Jammu, I, Squadron Leader Shivangi Rajawat, take this proud privilege of conducting this august gathering on the occasion of Felicitation and Motivation event for gallantry awardees towards Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Air Force Station Jammu, also known as the Guardians of Jammu and Kashmir, have been earmarked as the nodal station to conduct this honored event, and we all are extremely proud of that. The year 2021 is marked as the 75th anniversary of the India's independence. The year is also marked as the victory of Indian Armed Forces in the year 1971 war. We all have gathered here to celebrate and felicitate our brave heroes on the event of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. We have amongst us the gallantry awardees, air warriors, and families of Air Force Station Jammu and students from KV and Air Force School. Now I request Air Commodore Ajay Singh Pathania, Vishisht Seva Medal, Air Officer Commanding Air Force Station Jammu, to kindly address the gathering.
Jai Hind to everyone. It's my honor for me that I am speaking and welcoming the award winners at this place. The base Jammu per se, the airfield is of 1930s, and the Indian Air Force came to this place in 1948. And since that time, it has seen a lot of changes. And as we celebrate the 75 years of our independence, and there are so many things which we celebrate along with this time of that 75 years. And one of that is that we are celebrating our heroes. And today we have the persons who have been awarded as a Chakra awardees, which we call. They have done the job which is well beyond the call of the duty and as per the situation that demanded of them. Is a source of motivation for everyone. Especially मैं बच्चों को कहना चाहूँगा कि जरूरी नहीं है कि जंग में ही आपको शौर्य दिखाना है, पर जहाँ पर भी आप हैं, जिस भी काम पे हैं, आप वहाँ पे ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा अपना जो कोशिश करके जो ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा अपना टारगेट है, जो लक्ष्य है, उसको पा सकते हैं और वो भी आपका एक इनाम होता है. मैं ज़्यादा समय नहीं लूँगा, बिकॉज हर एक चक्र अवार्डी के पास अपनी कहानी है और हम उनकी साइटेशन देखेंगे. और ये मैं बताना चाहता हूँ चक्र अवार्डीज को कि ये सिर्फ इतनी ही ऑडियंस नहीं है, ये लाइव दिखाया जा रहा है और शायद वो लाखों की तादाद में हो जो इसको मॉनिटर कर रही है अभी या सोशल मीडिया में थ्रू ये मॉनिटर करें. Back to you.
Thank you, sir. Our first gallantry awardee is Juliet Charlie, 1666037, Whiskey, Late Operator, Excavating Machinery, Grade 2, Bodhraj, Shaurya Chakra. I will now read out the citation as it is. I quote, Operator Excavating Machinery, Grade 2, Bodhraj, of 359 Road Maintenance Platoon Care 54 Road Construction Company was deployed on PD-80 dozer for winter snow clearance with effect from 17th May 2005 to 29th May 2005 at Khardungla Top on Leh Chalunka Road, a strategically vital road access as being not only the world's highest motorable road but also the only road for communication link to base camp of Siachen Glacier and 102 Infantry Brigade Sector. During winters, nature's adversities are at its worst, with heavy snowfall, wind speed, and temperature ranging from 68 to 80 km per hour and minus 15 degrees Celsius to minus 35 degrees Celsius, respectively, in this road sector. Under these severe and inhospitable climatic conditions, in one of the undoubtedly toughest environments, OEM Bodhraj had with courage, determination, competence, and extreme devotion to duty, diligently cleared the road for vehicular movement and ensured minimum road closure up to 29th May 2005. During this year, unprecedented heavy rainfall occurred for the last 40 years and the whole road sector was blocked by massive snow accumulation. On 29th May 2005, while clearing the snow in the avalanche-prone area between Khardungla Top and kilometer 41 at about 14:05 hours, an avalanche occurred and buried OEM Bodhraj with his dozer. Despite being buried under snow for about 40 minutes, fortunately he survived. In spite of the incident, OEM Bodhraj volunteered to carry on snow clearance without hesitation. Operator excavating machinery, grade 2, OEM Bodhraj displayed exceptional and exemplary courage, devotion to duty, and determination in clearing the snow in the avalanche-prone area. I unquote. Late operator excavating machinery, grade 2, Bodhraj, was awarded Shaurya Chakra on 26 January 2006 for his bravery and valor. I now request Air Officer Commanding Air Force Station Jammu to kindly felicitate wife of our gallantry awardee, late operator excavating machinery, grade 2, Bodhraj Shaurya Chakra, Srimati Sharno Devi. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. Our next gallantry awardee is Group Captain Sandeep Singh, Shaurya Chakra 25336, Flying Pilot. I will now read out the citation as it is. I quote, on 21st November 2014 at 1610 hours, Wing Commander Sandeep Singh received a mission from Anti-Naxal Force Commander to evacuate casualties from a forest area in Sukma district of Chhattisgarh. The CRPF troops during combat operations had come under heavy fire from Naxal, resulting in 5 serious crew casualties who needed immediate evacuation for life saving and to tilt operations in favor of own troops. Time was extremely critical and mission involved a high threat quotient. Despite the potent threat to life and tremendous risk involved, he obtained the go-ahead mission and led the mission himself after meticulous planning. He got airborne with medical team on board in the shortest possible time at 1635 hours. Updates on intelligence inputs and coordinates of exact location of casualties were taken on RT. Prudent, quick, and considered decisions were taken in flight to alter course in approaching the area in reciprocal direction to retain element of surprise and to ensure mission execution safely. The operational experience of Wing Commander Sandeep Singh came in handy, and with precision handling, he landed the helicopter next to the casualties where the rotor just clear of the tree line in a clear patch in the jungle. The landing area had the limitation of a sloping surface and was prone to dust. 5 extremely critical casualties were quickly taken in, and helicopter with 22 souls on board lifted from the jungle at close to the sunset. Sensing the threat all around, he carried out a vertical out-of-ground takeoff in the only available direction. At this critical juncture, the helicopter came under a burst of fire from automatic weapons. Undeterred and unfazed, he maintained his composure and courageously carried out evasive maneuvers to minimize the exposure. Due to his deft handling of the situation, the casualties were minimized and one crew and one another person on board sustained bullet hits with the aircraft remaining flyworthy. He continued leading the mission as it flew dark over the jungles at vaster range. His exceptional courage, excellent professionalism, and calm composure against odds not only saved 5 lives but also altered the course of encounter for the ground troops. I unquote. Group Captain Sandeep Singh was awarded Shaurya Chakra on 15 August 2015 for his bravery and valor. अब मैं ग्रुप कैप्टन संदीप सिंह शौर्य चक्र से अनुरोध करती हूँ कि वे अपना अनुभव सबसे साझा करें।
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. At the outset, I am very thankful to the Ministry of Defense to organize this kind of Amrita Mahotsav, uh, recognizing the bravery of all gallantry awardees and revamping the website for the gallantry award winners in January 2021. Further, I would really thank Commodore Ajay Singh Patania, VSM, AOC Air Force Station Jammu, and all the organizers here to give us the privilege to be honored and felicitated here along with my family. Thank you so much, sir. जैसा कि स्टूडेंट शिवांगी ने बोला that I share few experiences from this occasion. ये जो मिशन था ये we received at 1610 hours and within 25 minutes we were airborne, taking all the field on the RT. Few things which I would like to bring forward is we very well knew जब हम वहाँ लैंड करने वाले थे उससे पहले हमें मालूम था कि we are ambushed, we are getting into the ambush, the Naxals had surrounded the forces and the forces were outnumbered who were on ground. Leaving behind comrades were not an option at all, and we decided to go on. The best part was out of the 9 crew members I had my co-pilot, flight engineer, flight gunner, 4 commandos on board, and a police signaler or the police operator on board. Not a single one said that we want to turn back, the weather is bad, it has become dark, nothing like this. The mission initially was for ALH. We had to escort the ALH, but they were bound by civil rules. That is, they could only land back by sunset at Jagdalpur where we were operating. Since we were not bound by those rules, we decided to take on this mission, and our task force commander had given the go ahead for this mission. And the medical team that we had taken on board, it was Dr. Khan and that, was in his life, it was his first helicopter sortie. So after we all survived this and we could uh, come back on alive, we had a hearty laugh on this that this was his first helicopter sortie which he was doing. So this brought out the fact that none of the crew members all were very clear in the mind and focus that we had to go in and bring out the casualties. Our groups did see the next slides taking the position to fire on us. We did not open fire because they would have been fratricide for sure, because the ground troops and the Naxals from the air we could not make out who was who. But we did see Naxals taking position to fire on us, and we knew that we have entered an ambush. But taking them out was the only option, and nobody considered anything else. Apart from it, there was a few lighter moments in the entire episode. First of all, when the bullets were fired, and there was a huge sound, and we thought that we have been hit very badly. So the sound was like, thud, 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 thud. We could all hear it. The reactions which were coming out of me were very instinctive. I cannot say at this moment that I planned to do this or मैंने ऐसा सोचा और करा. It was all reactive. Whatever the reaction came, that worked out in our favor. But see, hearing all the bullets, the sound, the commotion, everything, the doctor fell on top of the casualty itself. The most critical casualty के ऊपर ही वो गिर गए and थोड़ी देर के लिए he fainted for a while. After that, he did a brilliant job, but we laughed over it later because he told that this was his first helicopter sortie. He was as such apprehensive. On top of it, he ended up getting into a ambush. I would also then, on the way back, we were flying at around 6,000 feet, where an oxygen cylinder popped behind in the cargo. So there was a popping sound which was a little louder, and suddenly one of the crew members shouted, that's a fire, fire, fire. So we realized it was not fire, we were way above the fire and flying in the dark back to Jagdalpur. So those were the little hilarious moments in the entire thing. However, one of the bullets had embedded in between the 4 control rods of the helicopters. Between two here and two here, between 4 control rods, there was one bullet which held on for 55 minutes and we could all land back safely. There were 22 of us on board the helicopter, and I'm sure somebody's luck had not run out.
Otherwise, it was a no-go mission, but we all came back safely. Thanks to my flight gunner, he did a commendable job. He was hit, he was fainting, but he said, "Sir, darwaza main hi khoलूंगा last में." After opening the door, he collapsed. Once he opened the door, but that is the spirit, the indomitable spirit of the entire crew that we had to do this mission. And we realized that it was not the bullet which has hit his leg here, which there was a pressure bandage put by the doctor and root itself, but there was a splinter which had gone inside the bulletproof jacket from top. So that led to the bleeding and he fainted. At night, my second helicopter captain said, "Sir, we will take them to Raipur." And I never spoke to any of the senior officers after landing because we wanted the next mission from Jagdalpur to Raipur to go ahead because that would have only ended up saving the lives because we wanted a super specialty hospital for all the injured and hence we airlifted them by night to Raipur. And after that only I spoke. Further, the senior officers, once they visited the site, our Air Officer Commanding in Chief, then Air Marshal T.S. Gill, who realized what had gone, what was the entire mission about, what happened in the entire thing. So, despite we breaking all the SOPs or rules, but achieving the mission, saving their lives, that is what earned us the award. Even my crew members were awarded with a VM guarantee and the citations by the chief. Finally, in the end, I would like to tell everybody, especially the young audience, the school kids, and everybody, war or war-like situation brings out in us the characteristics which neither we know nor anybody else knows about us. That is when the entire character is brought out and we are able to do few things which are unthinkable or non-fathomable at any other instance. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. I would now request Air Officer Commanding Air Force Station Jammu, Air Commodore Ajay Singh Patania, VSM, to kindly felicitate our gallantry awardee, Group Captain Sandeep Singh Shaurya Chakra. Thank you, sir. Our next gallantry awardee is India Charlie 22619, Colonel Virendra Kumar, Veer Chakra, Jammu and Kashmir Rifles. I will now read out the citation as it is. I quote, Major Virendra Kumar was in a command of a rifle company assigned to defend one of our forward pickets, which is located close to the ceasefire line and dominates the surrounding area. A well-planned and coordinated battalion attack was launched by the enemy on 7th December 1971 at 0130 hours after subjecting the picket to intense shelling. Under the resolute, most determined and inspiring leadership of the officer, the attack was beaten back thrice with heavy losses to the enemy. Despite these setbacks, the enemy again reorganized and attacked with renewed vigor in waves and succeeded in reaching a few of our forward trenches where the enemy kept mounting pressures on the defenders who repulsed all attack with calm assurance and competence. The officer showed his mettle as an outstanding leader, and he was seen going from trench to trench and exhorting his men to engage the enemy effectively, and by the enemy disengaged himself and ran for safety. He had left behind over 70 to 80 dead bodies that were strewn all over the battlefield. At times, the officer himself was seen to give a hand to the overworked machine gunners by firing the weapons himself. He was a guiding light to his men throughout the engagement. His boldness and cool courage in a crisis speaks well for our army for producing such gallant officers with patriotism and tremendous spirit of self-sacrifice. Awarded Veer Chakra by Gazette of India notification number 94/72 dated 5th August 1971, published in part 1 on 19th August 1972. I unquote. Colonel Virendra Kumar was awarded Veer Chakra on 15th August 1972 for his bravery and valor. अब मैं कर्नल वीरेंद्र कुमार वीर चक्र से अनुरोध करती हूँ कि वे अपना अनुभव सबसे साझा करें.
Thank you, Mr. Leader. Ladies and gentlemen, I think this is attention from the archives of National Drama and Army. Shivangi ने जो कुछ पढ़ा, celebrate and जब की प्रशंसा न करते हुए थोड़ा सा हटकर कुछ बात होता है. सबसे पहले like to talk about the great I get honored that I'm feeling 71 as operation took place in July 70,000 yeah, and in 50 years, half a century has that. There have been various occasions for me to season receptions and honors. It's a very unique thing that today I'm in the Air Force station, Air Force station, organized by the Air Force, which I'm grateful to the station commander, Commodore Ajay Bhani. I'm grateful to be very thought behind it by the Indian Air Force and the action of Ram. Ladies and gentlemen, I find some Air Force ladies there. I was just thinking about last evening. And when you saw that what this Air Force Air Warriors as we call them, and we as a nation, really recognize their work for very valuable. They are. I put a small figure here. Population 30 crore plus. How many are there warriors? 1 lakh. 1 lakh. नौजवान में एक एयर वॉरियर निकलता. When one of them makes and says, I'm elements of the commanders also, squadrons also, powers also, master warrant officers also. In the minimum age, 1 in 1 lakh. और आगे चलिए अगर वो पॉपुलर है सर्जन थे शायद 10 लाख में तो सेना करोड़ में. That is the what a warrior यहाँ बैठे हैं. ईश्वर इस देश की इतनी कीमती जागीर है. This time you serve for me. Where that mind बहुत कीमती शख्स है जिससे खुशकिस्मती से recognize that, give them their due from the home in the offices to get their due as such, but the nation has to look up to this area. जैसे फौजी है वो सिर्फ फौजी नहीं है, लाख में एक है, 10 लाख में करोड़ में एक है. And that beginning must come to the nation. सीधे क्यों मैं कहना चाहूंगा इसे मुझे पर बड़ा कुछ बड़ा खुशी ओलंपिक्स खत्म हुए बड़ी लेट थी. मैंने तो नहीं ले पाई पर एक बहुत अच्छा नमूना दे रही. जो 4 लोग दौड़ रहे थे, उनमें एक एयरफोर्स का था, एक नेवी का था, नहीं, उन्हें इस मुल्क को, और ये एक इशारा है, ये एक सबक है हमारी अगली जंग के लिए। मैंने वेटरन थे वो इंटीग्रेटेड स्ट्रेटेजिक कमांड पे आने का मतलब, अब जो वक्त आने वाला है, हमें एकजुट होकर युद्ध करना है। बड़ा फक्र है मुझे आप लोगों के सामने बैठने का और बात करने का मौका है जो मुझे आज मिला। आज हमारा ये फोर्स है जो बालाकोट तक जाकर तब कर सजा देकर आया दुश्मन को। ये वो एयर वॉरियर्स है, और ऐसी मिसालें दुनिया के एयरफोर्स में आज बहुत ज्यादा नहीं है। संगठन नहीं के उन्होंने युद्ध किया दुनिया की सबसे ऊंची हाइट पर। हमने एयरफोर्स में अंदर जाकर बालाकोट में बेचना, ये सब बताना है तो आने वाला वक्त क्या है। मिलिट्री पैदल फौज का आदमी आगे जाती है जब जमीन पर है, मुझे खुशी है इस बात की, मुझे उस तरह का युद्ध करने का दिल भर के मौका मिला। और खुशकिस्मती से बांग्लादेश का पीकेएफ छोड़कर जितने भी युद्ध हुए सर्विस के दौरान मैं उनके बीच में किसी न किसी तरह से पहुंच गया, और जो मौका मुझे इस धरती माँ ने I got 273 stitches on me. तो किसी न किसी रूप में इसमें शामिल होने की इच्छा मेरी आज हुई है। ट्रेनिंग कैसे मेरा फंक्शनिंग ऑपरेटर हमारी बैंक अपना हर बड़ी जो शुद्धि बातें करते होंगे तो वो can you really fight? तो ऐसे चलिए का सोल्जर का फाइटिंग स्पिरिट चलो लग जाता है, चिता को आग लगा देते हैं और आपकी लपटें उठ रही होती है, तब भी अगर कहीं से आवाज आए तो दुश्मन आ गया, उसकी लाश इधर है दुश्मन और सच्ची होती है, वो स्पिरिट और सच्ची है, वो स्पिरिट और सच्ची है, और वही स्पिरिट इनामी इंडिया फोर्स इंडियन नेवी की है। और जब तक वो हिम्मत है, जज्बा है, कुव्वत है, भारत मां की तरफ कोई आंख उठाकर देखने का पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंस मुझे युद्ध का मौका मिला, बार बार मिला, हर युद्ध में भाग लेने का मौका मिला। 71 मुझे से सम्मानित किया गया, 65 में ये सब तो चलता रहता है। युद्ध अवार्ड युद्ध करते हैं जज्बे की, छोटी सी बात होगा जब उनके लिए कुछ खास दिल, स्पेशली जंग के लिए कुछ खास दिल खुश होते हैं। ये बंदा हुआ है जो हर सांस पे नहीं जाता, समापस और राज सब वॉरियर्स के साथ दिल की एक मेरी भारत माता मुझे जन्म देना तो तेरे देश में देना, भारत में देना। अगले जन्म में अगर मुझे कोई काम करने देना तो भारत की सेना में, सेना में तो बहुत कृपा करेंगे, वहां युद्ध में जाने का एक बड़े की छोटी वो लंबा सफर में सीधा साधा सफर आप सबके बड़ा मैं आप सबका बहुत आभारी हूँ। Thanks a lot, ladies and gentlemen. Grateful. God bless you.
Thank you, sir. I would now request Air Officer Commanding Air Force Station Jammu to kindly felicitate our gallantry awardee, Colonel Virendra Kumar Veer Chakra. Thank you, sir. Our next gallantry awardee is Sierra Charlie 00137, Colonel Rajinder Kumar Sharma, Kirti Chakra, Shaurya Chakra, Sena Medal, Grenadier 32 Assam Rifles. I will now read out the citation as it is. I quote, on 4th September 2007, in a fiercely fought encounter, the escaping terrorists were given a hot chase, and in spite of heavy firing and grenade throwing, Major Rajinder Kumar Sharma personally shot dead 3 hardcore terrorists of a dreaded terrorist outfit, recovering 2 AK rifles and a pistol. Again, on 6th October 2007, the officer stood in full face of sustained and effective hostile fire, closed in and charged towards the hold-up terrorists. He then personally shot down 2 top terrorist leaders. Major Rajinder Kumar Sharma displayed conspicuous gallantry and raw courage in eliminating hardcore terrorists. On 7th June 2008, he received explicit intelligence that armed terrorists would be coming in a vehicle for extortion. He saw a silver-colored van and he immediately came onto the road and signaled the vehicle to stop. However, terrorists in vehicle tried to overrun him. He came in front of the vehicle, fired, and prevented them from escaping. The terrorists dismounted while firing from automatic weapons, and he miraculously missed certain death. But Charles turned to them and personally gunned down one terrorist who was firing with a carbine. The remaining terrorists escaped into the thick undergrowth. The officer, along with his team, entered the thick undergrowth to search the area, but were immediately pinned down by accurate firing by the terrorists. Showing courage beyond call of duty, he single-handedly charged onto the terrorists and shot dead 2 more terrorists in a hail of bullets. Major Rajinder Kumar Sharma displayed inspirational leadership, establishment of vibrant intelligence network, and raw courage in eliminating 3 hardcore terrorists. I unquote. Colonel Rajinder Kumar Sharma was awarded Kirti Chakra and Shaurya Chakra on 26 January 2008 and 2009, respectively, for his bravery and valor. अब मैं कर्नल राजेंद्र कुमार शर्मा कीर्ति चक्र शौर्य चक्र सेना मेडल से अनुरोध करती हूँ कि वे अपना अनुभव सबसे साझा करें।
Air Officer Commanding Air Commander Ajay Singh Patania, Silver Medal, Kiev Air Force Station, Jammu, senior guests, ladies and gentlemen. It's really a great honor for me to be at Air Force Station and be part of this Azadi Anand Mahotsav. Uh, I just would like to, you know, compliment one thing like this, that after this event is also located all over India. So, officer and man for coordinating national videos. They are going to tremendous effort in organizing this, that I can see from also. Thank you very much for reading my citation and drawing by that introduction about me. Very quickly, I dedicate all these my awards to my team, my boys, for being became remembered when it was really very wonderful. I would like to share citations already by I would like to share that after 1987, all the operations, all the visual operations, we have armed forces are involved. Somehow I was lucky that I got the opportunity to participate in all those operations. Uh, in 1993, I was seriously wounded in Anantnag district in an encounter with militants who were shepherd uncontrolled mounts and brigade surrenders. But in exchange, we were able to eliminate former hardcore Hezbollah Mujahideen terrorists. Later, during visit, my battalion was asked to capture 0.5 it is in battalion sector above 17,000 feet. I'm pleased to share with all of you that me and not me, it was my team that we were able to stay at high and able to capture different PM plan. It was such a high, which was captured within during 90 minutes. Uh, Thank you so very much, all of you. This is all the emphasis. Sufficient summary. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I would now request Air Officer Commanding Air Force Station Jammu to kindly felicitate our gallantry awardee, Colonel Rajendra Kumar Sharma, Kirti Chakra, Shaurya Chakra, Sena Medal. Thank you, sir. Our next gallantry awardee is Juliet Charlie, 155825, Honorary Captain Bana Singh, Paramveer Chakra, Jammu and Kashmir Light Infantry. I will now read out the citation as it is. I quote. Naik Subedar Bana Singh volunteered to be a member of a task force constituted in June 1987 to clear an intrusion by an adversary in the Siachen Glacier area at an altitude of 21,000 feet. The post was virtually an impregnable glacier fortress with ice walls 1,500 feet high on both sides. Naik Subedar Bana Singh led his men through an extremely difficult and hazardous route. He inspired them by his indomitable courage and leadership. The brave Naik Subedar and his men crawled and closed in the adversary, moving from trench to trench, lobbing hand grenades, changing with bayonet. He cleared the post of all intruders. Naik Subedar Bana Singh displayed the most conspicuous gallantry and leadership under the most adverse conditions. I unquote. Honorary Captain Bana Singh was awarded Paramveer Chakra on 26 January 1988 for his bravery and valor. अब मैं ऑनरी कैप्टन बाना सिंह परमवीर चक्र से अनुरोध करती हूँ कि वे अपना अनुभव सबसे साझा करें।
आज इस मौके के ऊपर मैं खाली साहब का बहुत ही आभारी हूँ क्योंकि उन्होंने एक सफाई को बुलाकर यहाँ सबसे इंटरेक्शन करने का मौका दिया और उसमें सभी काम करते हैं मौका आने पर जो भी कुछ उसका मुश्किल है वो उसी समय उसका डिसाइड करें। जैसे भी सभी सब लोग ने अर्जुन सर ने कहा है, सुरेंद्र सर ने कहा है, ये मौका है। जैसे आपके ही एयरफोर्स के छोटे छोटे जिनको मिले, तो क्या है कि एक मिशन हमारी पटन के ऊपर डेवलप किया गया कि आपने ये कार्य कर, ये बात है 1987 अप्रैल में जब हम वहां पर पहुंचे, भेज कर हम मेडिकल होते हैं जो फिट हो जाते हैं उनको भेजते हैं, फिर जो अनफिट होते हैं वो चली गए वापस न्यू में भेजे जाते हैं। काफी क्रिटिकल, क्योंकि एयरफोर्स ने काफी साथ दिया हमारा और काफी हेल्प की है उस मुसीबत में, जबकि सब कुछ एक चैलेंज था वहां कि अगर चॉपर को डालना है या क्या करना है, उन पर अलेक्स के ऊपर निर्भर होता है। तो जब हमारी पटन वहां 13 अप्रैल 1987 को वहां पहुंची, फौज में आज भी मैं कहता हूँ फौज में मौज है, ऐसी कोई है क्या? अगर आप अपने दिल से काम करते हो तो बहुत अच्छी जिंदगी। ये मेरा पर्सनल प्रूव है। ट्रस्ट हमने निर्भर हो गए तो हमारा क्या होगा? कुछ नहीं हो, काम करने में जीवन जाएगा। और देश ने जो हमें ब्यूटी दी है उसके पीछे तो मेरी पूरी पटन लीडरशिप में जुड़ाई हो गई। नए नए कमांडर साहब आ गए, जनरल सिंह हो गया, उन्हें ये प्रयास किया कि मैं जाकर ये अंदाजा लगा सकूं तो मैं जवान को कि क्या हेल्प कर सकता हूँ और किस और तरीके से वो सब पोस्टों के ऊपर ये देखा जाकर जवान कैसे सोचते। एक नाइट हर पोस्ट के ऊपर जैसे जवान सोचता था वैसे कमांडर साहब सोचते। फिर उनके इस पर रेक्टिफाई करने के लिए कुछ और इम्प्रूवमेंट करने के लिए खास में जब लोग सोलह पोस्ट के ऊपर पहुंचते हैं तो क्या होता है कि सब ऑनलोड है वो हमेशा एक क्यों लड़ाई करते हैं तो मतलब इमीडिएटली इस पर क्या इमीडिएटली उसको ज्ञान दिया तो दुश्मन को वर्क कर दिया। कमान 21,153 और कहाँ से 17,000 मुझे की बात जैसे कि घर में उसका डंडा चलाओगे ज्यादा तो नहीं तो एक जगह तो हमें भी खाना है इन पास तो तुमने कहा कि चलो ठीक है। जब हमने फायर किया दुश्मन के ऊपर उन्होंने लड़कों फायर छोड़ दिए, काफी हमारा नुकसान हो गया वहां पर। तो सोच बनाई कि बेटर है कि इस न्यूज को लेना अच्छा लगे, बना रही नाटक जिसमें भी सी नंदर साहब थे, सभी खान थे, नबियल साहब थे, बिल्कुल कैसा है सबको बुलाकर पूछा कि अंदर पढ़कर कुछ कर सकते हैं यस बस ही नहीं है कि उसके ऐसे होगा प्लान ऐसे करूंगा। ओके, एक छोटा सा बैकग्राउंड जिसकी अगुवाई एक सेक्रेटरी लेफ्टिनेंट राजीव पांडे और उनके साथ एक जवान अननोन एरिया था। कहते हैं जब ज्यादा स्लोर बोल ऊबर ट्रेवल हो जाए तब भी आदमी कभी धोखे में आ सकता है। ये भी पसंद मेरा वो देखा है। तो जब ये सब करने हैं निधि की हासिल करने के लिए एडवांस करो तो शादी में थोड़ा जाना था, वो लड़ाई है वो हमने कैसे करनी है, किस सेक्टर से करनी है, जहाँ -50 डिग्री है जवान को सामने लेना है, अपने आप को संभाल फिर दुश्मन के ऊपर हावी होने का हमारा कुछ दोस्त बन सकते हैं। अगर हम ऐसे बोलेंगे बारह से बाहर चढ़ा कोई नहीं है वो तो भगवान भी कामयाब नहीं हो वो भी सब स्पोर्ट्स ही हुआ है। उन्होंने क्या किया कि जब उन्हें एडवांस कर दिया मान लेते जब नजदीक पहुंचे पाकिस्तान ने फैर पहुंची जिसमें एक अफसर एक जैसे 8 वहीं पर थे आग लगी। जैसे सुबह हुई मैं ऐसे भी कहती और मास्टर था कहने लगे भी आया बढ़ा कुछ अलग अलग मसले रहते थे क्या हो गया कहते पांडे साहब की घटना को गिरफ्तारी हो गया और एक अफसर और 8 जवान के घर पर। अच्छा बच्चे गली की बात नहीं दोबारा कहा दिया तो कुछ नहीं तो खोल दिया सब कुछ बहुत उन्होंने बोला फिर राजा को बुलाया, कहते सामान आप पोस्टर लिख करके आप किचन करेंगे। तो उसी समय एक प्रोग्राम बना दिए। इस कार्य को करने के लिए 2 अफसर 3 657 टोटल 62 था, सब कंप्लीट हो गए, मगर जाना कैसे, मेन प्रॉब्लम हुआ। कोई ऐसे टाइप नहीं कि हम चाहते हैं वहां तो क्या पर दो रोज हाँ मानो इस सरकार की हमेशा राशन और ज्वान को ले जाने में 400 हेलीकॉप्टर डाल रहे हैं। उस एरिया में फ्यूल कैपेसिटी है, अगर फ्यूल ज्यादा है तो कम हो, अगर कम है तो लोग एक कैंपस का मुझे सप्ताह अमर और सोलन के बीच में हमने कैंपस का रचना। जब रात में कॉप्टर में थोड़ा सोचे या कोई बीमारी है, डॉक्टर साहब भी जानते हैं, तो जैसे गाड़ी का इंजन सीट हो जाता है सेम कंडीशन से जबान की होगा। एक हमारा एकदम मोहल्ला था, सीधा थ्रू नेचुरली क्या है, थोड़ा सा बंद नहीं हो जाता है कि वो इसका जाकर और आपके ऊपर तो जरूर असर पड़ता है। ये देखा सब जानते भी हैं इस चीज को। हमने कहा अच्छा, फिर हमने क्या ये छोटी सा कॉन्फ्रेंस मेरे साथ था सर, अंदर आर्टिस्ट है उधर 30 जून को अटेंड करो। 8 किलोमीटर 22 से कम करते हुए अरे मैं हो जाएगा, अपने अपनी कहानी सुनाई मतलब फिर क्या करेंगे, मैप टू ग्राउंड टू मैप जो किया है उसको पता चलता है कि ट्रैक है 300 साल का मैप है। कौन देख रहा है मैप कहाँ है, कौन देख रहा है क्या बोले, वो तब पता चलता है जब आर्मी उस ट्रैक के ऊपर चलता है, ट्रैक के ऊपर चलकर अपने मिशन को पूरा कर। उन्होंने बोला ठीक है, थोड़ा सा सोचा हमने कि सीधा हम चल रहे हैं, इजी है देखने में, हमने कोशिश करते हैं जिस तरह से कहा ओके। 8 बजे चलना शुरू किया सोलन से, कुछ सुबह 4 बजे अगर 150 नहीं करता, इतनी स्नोफॉल इतनी जबरदस्त, हालांकि सरकार ने सभी तैयार था, इलाके को देखते हुए अभी तक नहीं। तो सुबह जब 4 बजे तो नीचे सर ने कहा कि सर ऐसा है कि ऑफिस आना चाहते, तो बोर्ड में अगर बोली है तो आप उसका नाम ले लिया तो देखो नहीं करना सर। जब स्टैब्लिश किया था वहां कोचिंग सीजन में पड़ेगा कम करता है, जो भी मन में आ गया सब कुछ बोल दिया, मतलब ओके जैसे सबने कहा सर तो बात कर हल किया, मैंने मेरे साथ दो जोड़ दिए तो 30 मिनट का समाधान सेम ट्रैक को दोबारा हिस्सा वाला और चलने के लिए क्या अगर में से सब लोग वोट दीजिए सर तैयार नहीं चलें ओके। मुसलमानों ने कहा सबसे आगे मैं आऊंगा, अगर किसी जैसी उड़ान ने पीछे करने की कोशिश की पहला अवसर मिला और ये सच है नहीं है गाड़ी में ये काफी नुकसान होगा हमारा, अगर ये क्या था कि पोस्ट पर लिए जब आपके दिल में एक भाई एक चीज सोचेंगे इतना चाहे कुछ अरे भारत सरकार ने काम कर भर्ती उनका राशन कार्ड है, उस राशन पर हराम नहीं। दूसरा जब बोझ लेते हैं हम कहते हैं कि किसी भी गाड़ी के द्वारा पैदल चलकर प्रयास के द्वारा कुछ भी हो हम जाने के लिए तैयार हैं, अगर लाभ होगा तो हम अपना बलिदान देने के लिए तो जो मेरे भाइयों बहनों मैं जी छोटा सा मेरा थोड़ा सा गर्व है जो आपके साथ मैंने शेयर की, मेरा कोई धर्म बहादुर नहीं था ना, मैं ये उत्तर दिया था आगे बात सब सरकार ने क्या होता है वो उन पर जय।
I would now request Air Officer Commanding Air Force Station Jammu to kindly felicitate our gallantry awardee, Honorary Captain Bana Singh Paramveer Chakra. Thank you, sir. May we now have a huge round of applause for our gallantry awardees, and also let's stay tuned for one great round of time of action. Thank you, everyone. I hope today you all must be feeling motivated and privileged to be part of this ceremony the way I am. I would like to culminate this celebration by sharing few lines. ये बात हवाओं को बताए रखना, ये बात हवाओं को बताए रखना, रोशनी होगी बस चिरागों को जलाए रखना, लहू देकर जिसकी हिफाजत हमने की, लहू देकर जिसकी हिफाजत हमने की, ऐसे तिरंगे को सदा दिल में बसाए रखना, ऐसे तिरंगे को सदा दिल में बसाए रखना. Thank you everyone. जय हिंद. I will now request everyone to kindly rise for national anthem. Thank you everyone. Jai Hind.